Hey guys, welcome to the new episode of the Geometry of Combat. Today we have Jerry Wetzel, Chris Hatter Black Belt, and founder of Red Zone
Threat Management.
Threat Management. That's right. So anyway, we'll be right back. So guys, we're here today with Jerry Wetzel. We've just done a great class this weekend, dealing with combatives and basically the red zone method, I'll say, of dealing with things. Really enjoyed it. Hopefully we're going to have Coach Jerry back. Definitely, I encourage you all to pursue his course and his information. It's great stuff. So Jerry, kind of the structure of our channel is about geometry and combat.
Mm-hmm.
So from your viewpoint, give us some ideas and concept things that kind of around that idea.
Okay, cool. When you first mentioned geometry of combat, I was trying to it brings so many things together. To pare it down into one element was really tricky for me, and not having the time to be specific and fancy pants about what I was going to show. What I figured might be more applicable is something that, rather than specific to a specific art or a specific approach or a striking versus grappling versus anything, is the idea of trying to gain superior position, which is common throughout all of those elements. So as a striker, everybody would understand that I'm trying to get outside of his lead leg. If we're here square, then there are a lot of things left up to chance, and it's just as good a chance as any that he's going to hit me with that right, that I'm going to hit him with mine. So I like to hedge my bet a little bit and get outside that lead leg where his tools are pointed past me and mine are pointed at him. The problem is, if I'm very telegraphic about it, as I try and gain that, he's going to move with me because he wants to keep me in front of him so he can hit me. And so we run into this kind of problem. So through training, you start to learn to use your hands to set up that angle a little more, where it's a little more subtle and doesn't cause you to change the angle on me constantly. Once you've seen it, I can't put it back in. But the same thing happens in the pre-physical elements of a fight. When we first start arguing about something, and I feel like this is escalating, or if you're just some kind of weirdo who's approached me and I'm trying to deal with this, I'd rather not be square with you. One, even in the animal kingdom, squaring up like this is already kind of confrontational. And even if I am planning on going physical, I'd rather he not know about it until it happens. But if I am sincerely trying to de-escalate things, it's better for me not to square up with somebody. And so if I can get outside of that leg, just where I'll cheat it out just a little bit, where I'm not pointed eye to eye with him here, I'm set up for all kinds of preemptive striking. I'm away from his power side, his rear hand. So if he does decide to swing, he's going to have to move offline. It gives me a little more time to deal with it. And so when I have my hands up, I'm in control. And even where I position my hands controls the angles. If my hands are in midline, it tends to force outside angle. If my hands are out here, I can pretty much guarantee he's coming down to midline. He's not going to strike or push into my hands. So that little angle, that little offside here, I think it pops up again and again and again. It pops up in jiu-jitsu, obviously, as you know. But it pops up in a weapons-based environment, pre-contact, in the clinch, with striking. So for me, because I tend to try and simplify things as much as possible, because I'm working on a bunch of different things. If I can find things that I can tie together, the ignoramus in me has much more time adapting it. So that's what came to mind when you mentioned that.
Well, that's great. Simple is best.
Yeah,
And then you can lay those simple things on top of each other and make something really good. So guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Coach Jerry. Again, I really encourage you all to look into the Red Zone
Threat management.
Threat management. Somehow just did. So threat management.
Wordy.
It's all right. It's good.
But so am I.
Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this episode. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.